It was one of those days when the sky hung low, heavy with gray clouds, threatening rain but never quite delivering. The kind of day where the world feels a little slower, and people rush to get home before the first drop falls. Jake Walker wiped the sweat from his brow with the sleeve of his grease-stained shirt. The small garage he ran on the edge of town wasn't much to look at, an old corrugated metal building with a flickering neon sign that simply read, Walker's Auto. It had been his father's before him, and it was all Jake had left. Business was slow. Rent was due. And the refrigerator at home held little more than half a loaf of bread and a bottle of mustard. But Jake wasn't one to complain. He believed in doing good where he could. Fixing cars was honest work, and some days, when an old lady left with her battered pickup purring like new, or a teen drove off in the first car they could afford, Jake felt rich in ways money couldn't measure. That's when she pulled in. A sleek, black Range Rover. The kind of car you don't usually see this side of town unless someone's seriously lost or in serious trouble. Its glossy finish was at odds with the cracked asphalt of Jake's lot. Out stepped a woman. Early 30s, tall, with the kind of grace you see in magazines but rarely in real life. Her hair was pulled into a neat bun, and she wore a simple white blouse with jeans, but even dressed down, she looked important. The worry lines around her eyes gave away that something wasn't right. And then Jake saw the little girl, maybe 5 or 6, curly hair bouncing as she clutched a stuffed rabbit to her chest. Her big green eyes scanned the garage, then settled on Jake with a curiosity that made him smile. "Excuse me," the woman called out, her voice carrying that crisp confidence. "Are you open?" "For you, ma'am, always," Jake replied, wiping his hands on a rag and walking over. "What seems to be the trouble?" "The car won't start. I'm supposed to be in Chicago tonight for a meeting. I tried 3 other places on the way here, no luck. They said it might be the starter, or the battery, or, honestly, I don't know. Can you take a look?" Jake motioned her to pop the hood. As he leaned in, he caught a faint, familiar smell of burnt wires. "Not good. I'll need about an hour," he said. "I don't have an hour," she snapped, then instantly softened. "I'm sorry. It's been a long day." Jake nodded. "Why don't you and your little one wait inside? Got some old comics and a coffee machine that might still work." The woman hesitated, then led her daughter inside. As Jake worked, he overheard bits and pieces. The girl was named Lily. She loved horses and believed her stuffed rabbit could talk if you listened hard enough. The woman's name, he caught from a phone call, was Claire. Claire, something. It wasn't until Jake Googled the Range Rover's license plate out of curiosity that his jaw dropped. Claire Bennett, CEO of Bennett Global. Net worth, $2.1 billion. One of the youngest self-made billionaires in the country. What was she doing here? An hour turned into 2. The issue was worse than expected, a fried starter and a faulty alternator. Parts he didn't have in stock. But he made calls. Called in favors. Even drove across town in his beat-up truck to grab what he needed from a friend's shop. When he returned, dusk had settled. Lily was asleep on a couch inside the garage, rabbit tucked under her arm. Claire sat beside her, scrolling through her phone, looking exhausted. Jake got to work again, muscles aching, but heart steady. At last, the engine roared back to life. Claire came out, disbelief on her face. "You fixed it." Jake gave a tired grin. "Wasn't gonna let you two be stranded. I can't thank you enough. How much do I owe you?" Jake hesitated, thinking about the bills piled on his counter, the empty fridge. But he looked at Lily, sleeping so peacefully, and something in him softened. "Call it on the house." Claire blinked. "What? No, I insist." Jake held up a hand. "Just pay it forward someday." And then, a small voice from behind them. "Daddy." Jake and Claire both turned. Lily, rubbing her eyes, had woken and wandered out. She clutched her rabbit and looked straight at Jake. "Daddy?" she repeated softly. Claire's face went pale. "No, sweetie, that's not it." But Lily shook her head, pointing at Jake. "I want him to be my daddy." Time froze. Claire looked mortified. "Lily, you can't Jake knelt down, his voice gentle. "Hey now, kiddo. I'm just a mechanic. But I'll be your friend. How about that?" Tears brimmed in Claire's eyes. I'm so sorry. Her father left before she was born. She's never called anyone that. I don't even know what to say." Jake felt a lump in his throat. "It's okay," he managed. But the moment stuck. Claire insisted on giving him a check. Jake refused. She left her business card instead. "If you ever need anything at all, you call me." A month later, Jake's garage faced eviction. Business hadn't picked up, and the bank was done being patient. That evening, a black Range Rover pulled into the lot. Claire stepped out. "I told you to call if you needed anything." Jake, too proud, shook his head. So she did what she knew best. She bought the building, renovated it, hired Jake as the head of a new chain of community-focused auto shops she was launching. She said she needed someone she could trust. Someone good. Jake tried to protest. Claire smiled. "Call it paying it forward." As for Lily, she visited every weekend. And after enough time, enough shared ice creams, enough trips to the park, Jake stopped correcting her when she called him dad. Because, in all the ways that mattered, he was. Kindness costs nothing, but its worth can be priceless. A single selfless act can change lives, build families, and remind us all of the goodness still left in this world.